Cupixel Studio, and there we go, recording in progress. Hi, everyone. My name is Haley. Welcome to Cupixel Studio, and welcome to our very first class with Learn with Michaels. We're so excited. It's also my first class, so I'm excited, and also full transparency, a little bit nervous, but that's all good. When I saw this morning that over 300 people had joined, I was wow, like very, very wowed, pleasantly surprised. So thank you so much for signing up and joining us here in real time. The purpose of this class is to just give you a quick introduction and overview of Cupixel, how it works, and all of the amazing things that you can do with it. So you can definitely follow along and create on the app in real time with me, or you can always go back to it, take the information that you learn here, and download the app later. If you check the chat, we have a special promo code for you all joining us here today that will be available for the next month or so. So even if you're not here in real time, you're seeing this on YouTube, tomorrow or a week from now, you can definitely use that promo code and get access to everything that I'm going to show you in just a moment. Whew, okay, so we're doing good. Okay, I am joined by a few people here in the studio. I'm joined by Nick on the cameras. Nick is operating all, what is it, 4 cameras? 4 cameras here, and this is actually where we film our content that goes on the Cupixel app, and I'll talk about that in a moment. I'm also joined by the lovely Shirley and Sarah. They are monitoring the chat, so if you have any questions or comments, you just want to say hi, they are here to shout it out for me. So very exciting stuff. And I think we can just jump right in. So before I really get into the nitty gritty and, show you everything that you can do, I want to show you the most exciting part, which is our tracing technology. So as you can see, I've got my phone on this device stand, and I've got a piece of paper in front of my phone. So when you open the app, Nick, you want to show them camera 3? When you open the app, you see the main feed here. At the bottom, if you want to just jump right into a creation, which is what I'm going to do now, you can go to My Studio. And here is where you choose the artwork that you're going to trace. So you can choose from a gallery of licensed artworks. So we work with a ton of artists, and we license artworks from them. They also come in here in the studio and teach how to use these outlines and create really cool works of art. So you can scroll around. I would definitely recommend trying one of the simpler gallery images to start so you can get a hang of the technology. But this little guy, this golden pup, I am going to show you how we can create with that, along with any other personal photo with the photo tab. So as you can see here, you can upload a photo and create an outline with the technology. You can add some text. I'll get into that in a second. And then you have our content, our artist-led classes that guide you through bringing it to life. So, yep. Yes, I can. How's that? A little bit better? Yep. Okay. So down to the style of artwork, the subject matter, the medium that you're using, the tools that you're using. That's where our content comes in to guide you through everything that comes after the tracing. So let me show you how that works. Put that to the side. And if I'm moving too fast at any point, let me know, or let Sarah and Shirley know. They'll let me know. Let's go to add photo. And I have the photo that I want to use here right at the top. So as you can see, this photo is included in the gallery. So if you want to follow along exactly to what I'm doing, go ahead and select that photo from the gallery. But when you use the 2-week trial that is in the chat, you will have access to uploading a photo, creating your own text, all this good stuff that I'm about to show you. So when you select your photo, you can crop it to your liking. And automatically, the app uses just a little bit of AI, just a little bit, to kind of find your lines and the edges, and it creates an automatic app-generated outline that you can trace. But we can adjust this to our liking. So with this outline, you can follow it exactly But there are also many different things that you can use to trace from a photo, and I'll get to that in just a second. But here you can adjust the mid-tone shadows, the actual shadows, the details, the lines. You can include the background. Really, really cool stuff. So you can follow this exactly and you get a super precise, recognizable artwork. Let's tap done. And when you see a green check mark, whenever you see a green check mark on your photo, your text, whatever, you can head to trace. So I'll go back and show you the text in just a second, but let me show you the really cool part. Make sure, Nick, are you on camera 3? This is where the magic happens, okay? So I'm actually, you know what? Let me bring this out of frame for a sec, because I want you guys to see it. Okay, I have my paper here. It's taped down so it doesn't move, but let's go to start. And this is the trace tab. So when the camera opens and you have Smart Trace on, your phone's on the stand, the app is looking for your paper. It's looking for your drawing surface. Watch when I bring it in. Boom. Check that out. And it detects your surface, it tracks it. So if you move, it just realigns. And it also aligns the image, or it changes the proportions and the angle of the image to match the ratio that you're working on here. So this will be incredibly accurate and precise if we follow along exactly. And I'll show you how it works. I got a wow. Yes, wow. I got a wow. This is the wow factor for sure. It's the part that everyone is, very cool to see. I wish I could see everyone. So, wow. Okay. Sorry? Nobody's on video. Oh, okay. We'll put your video on and say hi if you'd like. Okay, where was I? Oh, so Smart Trace. Before we get into tracing the photo, and I'll show you how that works, Smart Trace works by finding your 4 corners of your paper. So as long as all 4 corners of your paper are visible, actually, Nick, before I continue, is this centered? Do you want to show me really quick? I want to make sure everyone sees everything nice and clear. Okay. Thank you, sir. Anyone can see I have a monitor right there behind the camera that shows me everything you're seeing. And I'm making Nick turn it right back around because I don't want to see myself. Okay. Good? Okay. So Smart Trace technology. Our Smart Trace technology uses augmented reality to, project anything that comes to mind, whether it be a gallery artwork or your photo or a text design, right onto your paper. So it does so by looking for the 4 corners. And as long as those are in frame, the app can find your paper, superimpose your image right onto it, and looking through your screen, you can start to trace. So, yes.
Can you use anything other than small paper? Can you use bigger surfaces?
Yes, you absolutely can use bigger surfaces because the stand, make sure it goes back down, but the stand elevates. You also have, Nick, how's that? We in focus? All right. We also have a wide angle camera lens for iOS and other phones that have that feature. So if you have the wide angle camera, you can extend your device stand, you can put it on a stack of books and use the wide angle, and you can actually create on surfaces as large as 3 by 3 feet. So 36 by 36 inches, really cool stuff. And, I'm sure as technology advances, we'll find that we can do it on bigger surfaces too. And on the other hand, with the iOS especially, you are able to shrink your images with the drag feature. Let me show you. It was the wide angle camera. Refresh if anything is out of focus or unaligned. There we go. Perfect. Now the drag feature, if you tap this, you can scale, rotate, position your artwork, text, photo, whatever, anywhere that you'd like. So if you are working with iOS, you can shrink it. Not sure why you'd want to shrink it that much, but if you're working on the tiniest little surface, you can use the technology on that too. So let me go back and just reset back to normal. And before I get into the layers, the different layers that you can work with on a personal photo, let me show you what you can use if you don't have a device stand. So if you're all joining in and this is your first time learning about Cupixel, that's the purpose of this class. I would assume you don't have the stand. First of all, let me just say you can purchase the stand through Michael's Online. And also, if you become a member in the app, we ship you a stand for free. But if you don't have a stand, you just want to try it out, you can use a tall cup and just place your phone. Nick, is it okay if I do that? Okay, move this to the side for just a sec. You can place your phone right on top. And if the cup is, or whatever you're placing your phone on top of, if it's tall enough, it can capture all four corners of your paper. Again, you can use the wide angle camera. And then also, you can work with just a simple projection by turning Smart Trace off. So that icon at the top left of your screen, if you want just a simple projection, you can use the drag feature to position your artwork onto your surface or anywhere you'd like. So with Smart Trace off, you can, work straight on the desk if you want. You can work on the wall, you can work on shoes, you can work on phone cases, cookies, pumpkins. This is coming up in 2 weeks, by the way. Our next class, we're diving right into the Michael's Online classes. I'm very excited about it. Our next class is October 10th. We're going to show you how to create on pumpkins. So just a little bit of a sneak peek for that. But that is Smart Trace off. So if you don't have the stand, which I'm sure if you're joining us at home, test it out on a cup, any tall cup or a stack of books, whatever. Place your phone flat on top and you can use Smart Trace off. All right, I'm going to put this to the side. How are we doing?
Okay, so there's a question to explain the concept of the wall using it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So like, how does that work?
Yeah, how does it work? Like if you want to do a mural or something.
Okay, so let me just repeat the question. Someone is wondering how it would work to create like a mural, like to project on a wall. And I would say it's a lot easier to show you, but let me just show you with the stand itself. Nick, can you show on camera 1? Basically what you would do is you would place your phone flat like this, the stand go flat like that. Let's see. Place it on an elevated surface like a table, coffee table, whatever, near the wall. With Smart Trace off, have a simple projection. You can use wide angle camera. And I would say it might be a little uncomfy, but looking through your phone, you can trace on the wall. It's been done before. We actually, Shirley, thank you. We have the content, okay? This is where the content comes in for all these amazing questions. Nick, am I okay here? Yeah. Okay. So I will show you, I'll talk about that in a second. We have so many artist-led experiences to offer. Basically, our mission is to make the joy of creating art accessible to everyone. And we do so by combining this technology with artist-led experiences to create, helpful, fun, useful content for you all. So it ranges from educational stuff. So if you want to really learn and improve your skill, we, go through all of those amazing concepts that you would learn in art school, right? We have abstract, we have wellness. So, kind of like therapeutic art, meditative art. We've got manga. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. We have so much. We'll go over it in a realism, watercolor, hello, all the stuff, card making. Oh my gosh, card making, custom shoe course. Yep. So back to what I was going to say about the extra large paintings and, working on like walls and stuff like that. We have a series called Large Scale Artwork that you all have access to with the promo code. And that will show you some tips and tricks of how you can work with the technology on, untraditional surfaces. But to the matter at hand, shall we? I want to show you all the different ways that you can create with a personal photo. So Nick, one more time, I'm in frame, right? All right. So we went over wide angle. We went over Smart Trace on and off. We went over the drag. Now let's go over, first of all, the transparency bar. So you can keep the opacity to your liking. I like to keep it somewhere in the middle so I can see both, my photo and the lines that I'm creating. But layers is where it's at. So I personally, just my personal preference, I love to use the photo and trace from the photo directly. But we have a ton of different layers. We have grayscale to help you see, the tone. So if you're into sketching, realism sketching, this would be great. We have just tones. So it kind of simplifies, almost like a posterization filter to show you your darkest darks and your lightest lights. Also great for, building dimension, adding color. We have just that simple outline that we created when we uploaded our photo. And then we have the midtones that we added with that outline. So you can use all of these layers, and then this is the midtone and outline combined. You can use all of these layers or just one of them to really, help you, get success with your tracing. So of course, our content guides you through everything, talks about all the different layers that are good for different concepts and different things that I can get into a little bit more. If you have any questions, you want me to explain any of the filters or layers, excuse me. And we're also consistently adding more. We're working on like a cartoon one right now. That's very popular. So is there something going on?
To find the Cupixel app, it says AI art and AR tracing Cupixel.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And you put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just to reiterate, to find the Cupixel app, it's available on iOS and Android. It's AI and AR art tracing. And by the way, the only AI that we use is when you upload a photo and it just finds those lines. That's the only AI that we use. Okay, so let me show you the tracing. Let's get into it, okay? I'm going to use the drag feature because I'm going to show you how you can add a text too. So I'm just going to shrink this little guy. Isn't he so handsome? I named him Buster, not my dog. This is I have the photographer too. Unsplash, got this photo from Unsplash, public domain photos. Very handsome. Okay, so pinch the screen to zoom in.
So there's a question, how did you get the picture from your photo library?
Yes, so I would assume that, yeah, it's likely that a few people are kind of coming in a little bit late. So let me go back and show you, yeah? Let me show you how you can add a photo. So first of all, this is an experience, right? All of our tracing technology and, artist-led classes, they belong in what we call an experience. And the experience is these 4 tabs at the bottom. I can get into that in a little bit, but if you're just downloading the app and you want to get right into adding a photo, what you're going to do is you're going to go from this main feed. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see My Studio, that plus sign. And from here, it'll automatically take you to the photo tab. You have these other 2 tabs, Gallery, where we have licensed artworks, and also the photo that I'm using today. And you have text, which I'll get into in just a second, which is basically creating your own custom text design that you can include to any artwork or use as your standalone artwork. So if we go to photo, let's go to add photo, select the photo you'd like from your camera roll. Next, crop it to your liking. And here you get a app generated outline that you can adjust to your liking with these bars, adjust the shadows, add some mid-tone, lower the detail, increase the contour lines, all that good stuff. But you don't have to trace with this. You can trace from the other layers that I just mentioned. So I'm going to tap done, and I'm just going to go back to this one because let me show you. When you use the drag feature, what an exciting little opportunity to share this with you all. Okay, when you use the drag feature on a photo or you position it in a certain way, if you leave your creation, right, and you go back and you create with something else, another photo, and then you go back to that photo you were using, and you use the drag feature and you positioned it in a way that is not automatic. You know, it will automatically go back to the settings that you kind of created with this photo. So you can always go back to an artwork with the Smart Trace technology. Say you want to take a break or you get a phone call or something comes up, life happens, you know, you can always just go back and it should be ready to go pick up exactly where you were. So from here, zoom in and I'm going to start tracing. Like I said, I love to trace from the photo directly. So look at that. If you look through your screen, bring your pencil in and you will be able to see your hand and the photo itself. So that's why I like to keep the transparency about halfway so I can see both. And then if this is your first time, you're going to want to try to peek behind your phone, and that's totally fine. It's, you know, human nature. But what you can do is actually just lower your transparency bar all the way to see only your lines. All right, so I'm going to just kind of go ahead and start tracing this so you can see how it works. But with any photo, really, I mean, the app generated outline that you can adjust, that makes it pretty intuitive. Like you're just following the lines that you're seeing, right? When you're working from a photo, I know it's not as intuitive for some people. Like what parts do I trace? What parts do I ignore? Do I have to get every little piece of hair over here? No, you don't. So that's where our content comes in, and everything after tracing, that's where the content comes in as well. So I would like to say that we're not a tech app, we're a content app that uses the technology to, you know, achieve our goal of making art accessible to everyone, because it's intimidating. It's a very intimidating hobby. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people take art very seriously. It's their career. And you should, you know, it's very meaningful to some people, but a lot of people want to experience that joy in a meaningful hobby, but they feel like they can't because it's like, you know, I don't have the skill or the training. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to use. And drawing is the first step to literally everything that you do, right? So this just kind of removes that barrier and allows you to just create with confidence, get that first step out of the way, and get a super precise, neat, accurate outline to, you know, like a foundation to build your artwork on. So there's a lot of really cool things that you can do, whether it's any kind of photo that you have, any kind of surface you want to create on, shoes, coasters, cookies. Did I point out the cookies and the coaster over there? Yeah. Also, we have this coming very soon. So this is a pet portrait, right? People love pet portraits. Our users love the pet portraits. So we have a pet portrait artist that just filmed a course. And in this certain experience, she showed you how you can add little costumes to your pet for Halloween. So we got a little vampire corgi over here. And I just think I had to point it out. It's the cutest thing. Okay, let me continue. How's the chat doing? How is everyone? Let me know.
A lot of questions, you know, asking about the subscription and how it's for 4 people.
Yes.
About, you know, whether it can be used with Android. And so answering some of those, talked a little bit about how everything that you love, you know, is in your phone. For most people, you take pictures of everything you love, so the inspiration is there.
Right, exactly. That's a great point. So, Sarah, did you say that or did someone in the chat say it? Oh, okay. Well, so you are someone, you are someone in the chat. Yes, it is true. Yeah, you have all of your favorite memories. Everything that's meaningful to you is on your phone. You know, a nice sunset, family vacation photos, weddings, all that good stuff. To give you a little idea, I'm actually using my sister's engagement photos. She's getting married in March. I'm using her engagement photos to create, you know, a large scale artwork and give it to them as a little wedding gift. So Want to share with the class?
Somebody said, are we supposed to be on the app now? And so she looked at me to say, are you going to answer on my app?
And you can shout them out to me too. They get
People can follow
quick-
along. Like you said
yes.
before.
So just to reiterate, I said this earlier, but you can follow along with me in the app, or you can just kind of take what you learn here, how to use it, get some inspiration, download the app later. We're not doing anything that you have to really follow along with. The point of this class is just really show you how it works and show you everything that you can create with it, all the possibilities.
We do have a lot of experience tomorrow night.
We
Wednesday, it's
do.
free.
Yes, thank you, Nick. Thank you. Another good shout. See, this is why I bring all my good friends in the studio with me. The support here is unreal. Yes, we go live weekly. Right now it's every Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We are in Boston, by the way. And we go live right here on the app. It's free for all members, users, whatever. Every Wednesday. Yep, every Wednesday. So tomorrow we're doing pumpkins. I'm doing a pumpkin illustration. So if you want to join me there, I'd be so happy to see you. I would love if you could join. But
So if they have technical issues, they can use the question mark icon. As it's
yes, take a look at this icon here at the top of the screen, top right of the screen, that little question mark in a little speech bubble. If you tap this, you'll get to support. And if you notice those two little people up there, those are real people interacting with you in real time. So anything you need, you have real people talking to you and walking you through, any troubleshooting or just any questions that you might have. But look at this, you get the real-time support right here. So if you have any questions at all, I know Sarah and Shirley are working very hard to answer your questions or relay them to me. But check this out. It's a quick outline, but look at what you can create in just a few minutes. And this is while I'm kind of like talking, I'm distracted, I'm all over the place, but you can create a super accurate and precise outline in just a few minutes. And from here, I'm confident, I'm ready to go. I can add color, I can bring it to life. And then if I'm not feeling so confident about that, I could just leave the trace screen, go back to the main feed and browse everything, all of the content and artist-led experiences we have to show you, or to show me, I guess. I forgot what context I was speaking in, but whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Yes. Oh my gosh. There's so much to talk about here. I do want to show you the text really quick. Let me show you the text. Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to show the text. So let's go back to artwork. We went over gallery, the licensed artworks in the gallery. We went over photos. Now let's go over text. So if you wanted to add a text to any of your artwork or just, have that be the center of your artwork. Card making. Are you kidding? Look at this. We have a greeting card set, by the way. This, I just have to show you another pet portrait. So this is a photo using a photo and the text editor. Happy holidays.
Maybe just slide it down a bit.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So text. Let's go to add text. Say puppy love. Go through the fonts and choose what font you'd like. Oh, I love that one. Let's go all the way through. Yeah, it's classic. You can put them on different lines. You can align them differently, center, right, left. Done. So I have that selected. I did trace. Boom. Again, I'm going to use the drag feature to kind of shrink it and position it where I'd like it. So right up here, drag. Just zoom in. Let's go. And like anything else, trace your text and take your time with it. I will not make you all wait for me to finish that up. So, whoops. Just gonna start throwing things apparently. I do want to show you, however, Spaces. So Spaces is where you can share your artwork with our users. So we have our own little like community here. If you go to Spaces, you can take a photo of your artwork. Mine's a little incomplete. That's okay. Write a caption. Puppy love. I'm going to delete this immediately. And share with the community. And me, as an artist in the app, I am notified immediately whenever someone posts something in my experience. If I led an experience, I get an email saying someone posted, and I'm there. I can't wait to see what everyone creates in our artist-led experiences, and also in the My Studio on your own. So that, oh my gosh, look at this. Before I get into the other things, let's watch our new time lapse. This is something I know that Alad is so happy I'm talking about this right now. Something that really, oh my goodness, something that is really cool about our technology is that anytime your camera is open and you're tracing, it's capturing a time lapse of your creation. So let's go to this one, because I know I traced the dog here, and look at that. And you can share it. You can add music. Yeah, you get it. And then you can take a photo of your final result. And it splices it all together. Just wait patiently for the 17 seconds to be done. But
it's cool because even if you go back to finish your art later, you can still take a finished picture and show the
Yep.
process and share that with people. It's fun.
Yeah, and if you wanted the time lapse to be, generated, look at that, see? And then
One
from
user
here,
said she loved using the layout layer. Layers.
oh, the layers. Yeah, the layers is super helpful. I find it so interesting, especially when we work with artists and we bring them in. I always ask them, what layer do you use? It's like a little, like, what's your sign? What layer do you use? Are you a hot coffee or a cold coffee person? Morning bird, early bird, or night owl? So you can save your time lapses and share them directly from the app to, Instagram, other social media platforms, or you can just save it as a video, and you can, splice some other ones together if you'd like. But if you wanted your time lapse to capture, your coloring process, what you can do, it's might not be super natural for you to kind of color, bring your artwork to life with the phone in front of you, but you can bring your transparency all the way down, like so, and then do your coloring thing, do your thing, and the app will capture that entire process as well.
But don't forget to bring it up because they won't see the transparency. If they take it all the way down, they have to.
Yes. Yep. Thank you, Shirley. Make sure you bring it back up, because this has happened to me before. Actually, I used Smart Trace to capture a time lapse and brought transparency all the way down. I thought that my phone was broken when I went back to try it again. Nope. Just always check the opacity.
Galleries, do you have ways to browse?
Absolutely. So this brings me to a nice place, because I was just about to leave this and go to, the main feed and talk about the content and a little bit more about our community. But, oh, by the way, for new users, Cupixel explained in 90 seconds. I mean, you're getting everything and then some in this class right now, but this tells you everything, all the essential things that you need to know to get started. So let's hide that out of the way. Okay, so this is the main feed. Here you can see our daily updates at the top. We upload new experiences every single day without fail. We have almost 600 artist-led experiences currently on the app, and we've only launched a year ago, a little under a year ago. So we're constantly in here, right here where I'm sitting in the studio filming. We edit immediately and we upload it ourselves to the system. So kind of a little behind the scenes look at how it works, but it's all us right here, a small but mighty team. So that's daily updates. You can see we have some experiences that are good for beginners, are live. You can see what's coming up soon, as seen on social. If you have a set, by the way, if you purchase a set, you get a free month on the app, and those are also found on michaels.com as well. So from greeting card, I know a lot of card makers, I'm assuming a lot of card makers in the room with us right now, but acrylic canvas, home decor, and you get the stand with every single one of those sets. So, and then, yeah, so you have a ton of different ways that you can explore the content. We have a monthly challenge. I'm going to go back and talk about the browse really quick, but let me just show you, because this is my favorite thing we have to offer is the challenges, because the amount of people that participate and just like, come back and look at what other people have posted and communicate with each other. It's so cool. So let me just show you. When you enter any kind of experience, or before you enter any kind of experience, you can see the description, you can see what tools you need. Is anything you'd like? Got it. You can share this experience with somebody else, and you can go straight to Spaces and see what other people have created before you even get started. So you scroll down. Oh my gosh, look at that. I did not see this one yet. Wow, so cool. Whoa, okay. All right, I'll look at that later. So cool. So this is what our users are creating and sharing with us. We have 3 comments, 6 comments. Are you kidding? So cool. Oh, that just made me so happy. I'm so glad I went to this Spaces. So yeah, we have a monthly challenge. We're starting to roll out some more frequent challenges just to get, the community engaged. Kind of like the Sparktober, right? Sparktober with Michaels. You have Inktober as well. You have a lot of cool creative challenges. And we're going to start to introduce more for sure. But if you are looking for something specific, or you want to just get a breakdown of everything we have to offer, 600 experiences at your fingertips. So I assume it can be a little overwhelming. What you can do is you can browse by category. So say you have the acrylic set and you want to paint with acrylics, you can search through there. If you have cards and paper, you want to get into card making, search through here, sketching, categorized by different mediums. We even have a good chunk of experiences that don't use the tracing technology. So of course, this is like our bread and butter, right? This is what separates us from YouTube. Let's just call a spade a spade. But we understand that, sometimes the idea is just get creative and be creative with one another in a way that is fun and engaging. Most of our lives don't use the tracing technology, so we have a lot of that to offer as well. Search by subject matter, flowers, animals. We have weekly collections that just provide you with licensed gallery artworks. So if you have a specific kind of artwork that you're looking for, say you want to see what flowers we have to offer or what animals we have to offer, you want to create something for Halloween, we have a Halloween collection. So you can go in here and bring my volume down too. Check out all of the different Halloween artworks we have for you to create with. By the way, now you can actually see the video. In any artist-led experience or in any experience that uses a video, that will go here on the Studio tab. And so when you go to artwork, and you go to trace, you still have this video minimized. You can even enlarge it, drag it anywhere on your screen, so you can follow along with the artist as you're creating. So something really cool I wanted to point out for sure. Let's go back. So you can browse by categories. You can browse all of our experiences, or you can browse all of our gallery images. So like I said, there's almost 600 experiences. So there's tons and tons and tons, thousands of gallery images. So that's where the filter will be your best friend. So we go to filter and say you want to look for a certain kind of gallery image to create with. Say, I want animals. and pets. Okay, apply and look at all of the animal artworks and photos that we have here. Butterflies, all that good stuff. So you can scroll until you find exactly what you're looking for. Filter to as much as you'd like, add more to really narrow it down. And then with the experiences, you have the same tags, right? So say you want to learn how to paint your pet. You can browse the experiences. And right here, we see acrylic pets, impressionist style dog. I want to paint my dog like, Van Gogh might have. You can go into this and follow along with Jackie, one of our artists. We have kawaii animals. We have watercolor. We have mosaic pets. Yeah, tons and tons and tons of stuff. And that's just by using 2 filters on my search. So I think I've gone over a good chunk, if not everything. So I want to give you all the opportunity to ask any more questions or have any comments, and we can go over that together. But 45 minutes later, you've learned everything you need to know and then some. So if you're not a pro on the app at this point, I don't know who will be. But any questions? Yeah.
I don't know, maybe just show again if you want to trace and don't have the stand.
Yes. Yep.
Again.
Shirley, you're the best. Okay, so once again, if you want to try it out, you have the free trial. Check in the chat. I believe it's MKSSEP23. Okay. If you want to create without the stand, which by the way, if you become a member after the free trial, you'll get a free stand, but they're also sold on michaels.com. Place your phone right on top of a cup. And let's just go into my studio again. I'll grab this guy one more time. Look at that. So I still have Smart Trace on. So it was, my cup is tall enough to find my paper. And if you missed it, Smart Trace basically tracks, detects, and adjusts. Yeah, so tracks your paper. Oh my gosh, detects your paper, tracks it if it moves, and adjusts the outline or your image to fit the proportions of your paper. That's Smart Trace. So all 4 corners need to be visible in frame of your camera. And if they're not, by just placing your phone on a cup, you can use wide angle, or you can just use Smart Trace off. So let's tap Smart Trace off. You get just a simple projection, and that is why you'll need to place it flat on something. Flat, either this way or with the stand if you're tracing on the mural. Somebody asked about a mural earlier. Flat, Smart Trace off. That's basically all you need to know. And then you can use the drag feature to position your image where you'd like it. So I can line it up with my lines here if I'd like. But you get the idea, right?
And they can do it on fabric, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. So
And what about, do you have an option to show a rectangle versus square?
yes. Oh my gosh. So, okay. Great call. Let me bring this out, bring my device stand back. Nick, how we looking? Okay. I'm gonna turn Smart Trace back on. Perfect. Okay, so this is a square paper. This is a square. No, basically the automatic projection or overlay that you get will always be fit in proportion for a square. So if you're working on a rectangular paper, a journal, my gosh, journaling, we're going to be getting into that as well. There's lots of amazing stuff coming up content-wise. I'd be here all day if I would tell you what we have and what we plan to offer, but definitely browse. Let me show you if you're working with a rectangle. Oh, I would need a black paper underneath. Great point to actually call out. So the reason why you see a dark border here, everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The reason, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Everything okay? You're helping me out. The reason why you see a dark border here, this is a drawing surface in our greeting card set, by the way. You don't need a dark border around your paper for it to work with the app. That's definitely not the case. But the idea is that if you're working on a white table like we are, which I'm still wondering why we opted for white, but you need something underneath your paper. It doesn't need to be black, but just to create a contrast between your paper and the table. So if I'm leaving my paper right here, ignore the black lines that you see from the paper underneath. But the app is not able to recognize it because it's just white on white. There's no distinction between the corners and the phone. Sorry, Nick. I know I just messed up the focus. Is good? Okay. So if you were to bring in, a darker paper and then position a white paper on top of it, let me flip it over. It'll be able to find it and track it just like it normally would. So from here, back to what I was saying about, when you first project your image or your artwork or whatever, the proportions are fit for a square. If you are working on a rectangle, whether it be like A4, A5, just tap ratio. And look, now it's fit. The proportions are accurate, and you will be able to trace your pupper or whatever photo you might have or whatever text, and it won't be stretched like that. So always tap ratio. All of these icons that you see here, they're here to help you out. They're definitely, I would say, crucial to understand, right? Because I know a lot of people will create without tapping ratio. So remember to tap ratio. You get the rectangle icon to let you know that you're working on a rectangle, and then the square icon for a square. That is pretty much it, I think, my friends. Oh my gosh. What a I'm just so happy. I'm so excited that we were able to join you all and, share a little bit about, what the app is all about and what you can do with it. I think it just opens so many doors for like creative possibilities. And I just really hope that you find a use for it. I hope that you learned a little bit of something today. And I hope that you're just as excited about Cupixel as we are, and excited about us joining the Learn with Michael's schedule. Like I said, we're going to be joining again on October 10th. Same time, 3 p.m. Central, for pumpkin painting with the technology. And just like I said, so amazing to see that over 300 of you have signed up. And you made it all very easy for me, by the way. I'm no longer nervous. I'm just excited. Thank you. And thank you everyone in here for helping me out. And thank you everyone at home for joining me. Remember to check the chat for a free trial. But if you're joining on YouTube, it is MKSSEP23. Okay. I'll see you on the app, everyone, or I'll see you at the pumpkin painting class. Bye.